Hello providers, welcome to our Sparkler training series. We're so excited to have you in this training course. We'll be exploring the messaging features in the Sparkler dashboard. Please feel free to take notes and keep them handy for quick reminders throughout your workday. Since there are quite a few steps involved, jotting down notes will really help you remember the details. And don't forget to save this video to refer back to whenever you need. Here's what you will learn in this course. First, we'll briefly talk about Sparkler's why to help you better understand the reason behind our mission in assisting providers like you to reach out and connect with families. Second, we'll provide a step-by-step guide on how to use the Messaging tab. This section will include practical demonstrations and helpful tips to help you navigate the messaging features seamlessly. And then finally, we'll examine how you can utilize these tools in your program to best support the families you work with. Let's begin with Sparkler's why. We want to inspire families to play and learn with their children in ways that promote healthy development. To enhance this journey, Sparkler provides the tools you need to communicate with parents and caregivers and connect them with supportive individuals in their lives, such as teachers, doctors, home visitors, community leaders, and others, to foster a strong network of encouragement and guidance. That's where you come in as a provider. Your role in making these connections is absolutely essential to the child's developmental journey. Now, let's dive into how to use the Messaging tab step by step. First, you'll need to sign in to your dashboard at app.playsparkler.com/dashboard/login. One important note, the dashboard is not supported on the Sparkler mobile app. To sign in, please use a web browser on a laptop or desktop computer. Once you've logged in, select the Messaging tab on the menu bar at the top of your screen. This is the Messaging homepage where you can view individual messages from the families in your program. There are multiple places throughout the dashboard where you can access the Messaging page so that you can choose what works best for your workflow. One way to access messaging is under the Children tab. Select the chat bubbles icon below the child's name. Or you can click and open the child's profile, then select the chat bubbles there. From this tab, you can filter unread messages by selecting the checkbox Show Only Unread Messages. And you can send what's called a bulk message, which allows you to send multiple individual messages at once. We'll talk more about the group and bulk messaging feature later in this training. Another way to access messaging is from the ASQ dashboard tab. Select and open a child's ASQ results, then select the chat bubbles next to the child's name. Let's head back to the messaging homepage. You can customize your sender name by clicking on the pen icon to make edits. For example, Coach Angie or Mrs. James. Here's an example of what families might see on their mobile app when you personalize your display name. Moving down the message display, you'll see that there is an All and Unread tab. Unread messages from families will be marked with a blue dot and the number of messages they sent. Next to the Unread tab is a filter icon. You can select it to easily search for family conversations by specific group, subgroup, or cohort. To open a conversation, simply select a message from the left panel. In this panel, you'll see the name of the parent or caregiver listed below the child's name. This helps you keep track of who you are communicating with, especially when managing multiple families. Below the names, there are two buttons that allow you to easily access a child's profile or their ASQ results in a new window. This is especially helpful when you need to reference the child's information while messaging. Now that we have an open conversation, let's send a quick reply. After you type your message for a reply, you can attach content here. This is where your knowledge of the content library will be most beneficial because you'll need to know the content's title and begin typing it first to activate the drop-down options. If you need more guidance on this, we have a separate training video on how to use Sparkler's content library that goes into much more detail. When you finish adding the content, select Send. As the example on the screen shows, this content will be received by the parent as a text-like message with a tappable link. They can access these messages in the chat section of their mobile app. As you saw when we first opened the messaging tab, the default display on the messaging homepage is the Individuals tab. This tab shows the messages exchanged between you and the parents or caregivers enrolled in your program. Right beside the Individuals view is the Group Message view. When you send group or bulk messages, they'll be listed for your records in this sub-tab. Note that these messages are not clickable group conversations. They are solely for record-keeping purposes. Now that you are familiar with the messaging interface, we can start composing a new message. Locate and select the New Message button in the upper right corner. This will open a pop-up window with the new message composition screen. At the top of the pop-up, you'll see two types of messages that you can send: individual message or group message. Let's explore the group message option first. With group messages, you have the ability to send multiple individual messages at once. You can send to your entire group, to a specific subgroup, or to a cohort. You can select a child-specific age range to send to as well. This is the same functionality as sending a bulk message in the Children's tab. Please be aware that for the confidentiality and security of our family's information, group and bulk messages are not the same as a group text or group conversation where parents can view other parents' replies. Each parent or caregiver will receive a message directly from you. This group message feature is solely designed to allow you as a provider to efficiently broadcast a message to multiple individuals while maintaining privacy standards. Now, let's send an individual message. To add a family, first begin typing the child's name and select the correct name from the drop-down. In this name text field, you have the option to include additional individuals if you wish to send the same message to multiple families. Simply type another child's name next to it and select the correct child from the drop-down menu. You can repeat these steps to add multiple names. Again, these messages are not group text. They will be received privately by each family directly from you. Next, type your message in the message body text box. Here's a tip. For all messaging type in the dashboard, you can personalize messages by entering the word child and the possessive pronoun his in square brackets. The system will automatically adjust the pronouns based on the child's gender in their profile. For example, if you type ask bracket child bracket what bracket his bracket favorite part of the story was, a parent with a daughter named Lala might see, ask Lala what her favorite part of the story was. Below the text box is a checkbox labeled Translate. You can preview the translation of your message before sending, but we'll talk more about this feature in the next part of this training video. Next, you can add content. Remember, you must start typing the name of the card first to show the options in the drop-down menu. Below the content options, there's a checkbox labeled Make Content Available for those that don't have access. This feature enables you to share your content with all families irrespective of their child's age group. For example, if you have a student who is a 2-year-old toddler, T2, but you wish to send an activity designed for a 4-year-old, L4, you might encounter an issue where the content preloaded on the parent's mobile app does not include L4 content, only T2 content. Therefore, if this box is not checked, they will not be able to receive or access this activity. So whenever you are sending content that's outside a child's current age range, make sure to check this box so that they will be able to access the activities. Now, you're ready to send your message. As promised previously, we will now discuss how to use the translation feature in the Messaging tab. You start by typing your message in English. You can also include a tip unit for grown-ups or a play card to be translated as well. When you're finished curating your message, select the Translate button. A pop-up window will then display previews of the translation in all of Sparkler's available languages. Though the translation is shown in multiple languages, this is only a preview, and the parent will not receive the message in all of these languages. It will only be sent in the language they've chosen in their mobile app settings. This preview is solely designed so that you can see what your message will look like in the different languages and make sure it's translating correctly. If you wish to modify the translation, simply click the Edit button next to the translated message. You can adjust the wording to make sure it conveys exactly what you want to say. Excellent! You are now ready to send your translated message. Here's an example of what the family will see in the Sparkler mobile app compared to what you will see on your dashboard. Notice how seamless the experience is for them. They only see the message in their chosen language. Lastly, follow-up templates can be very useful for providers that have the responsibility to follow up and reach out to their families. Some organizations have a separate team of specialists that contact and follow up with the parents about their child's ASQ results. However, if you are a provider who is authorized to conduct these follow-up reports, there are easy and ready-to-use templates that you can personalize. You'll find these message templates in the ASQ Dashboard tab. Select a child's name to open their results. Then click on the blue button labeled Send Follow-up Parent Message. Start your follow-up by selecting the language for your template. Once you've made your selection, pick the follow-up template you'd like to send to the family. Now you can customize your message. Personalize the message by adding the caregiver's name and making any other necessary edits. Beneath the message editor, you have the option to include follow-up form answers. The answers will be displayed in a preview for your review. Any notes you included in the follow-up form about the child will remain private and will not be sent to the family. Next, you'll find a translation feature. This feature allows you to translate your message into any of the languages available on Sparkler. If you see a green check mark, that indicates that the template is already in the family's chosen language, so no translation is needed. Choose a different language and click the green Translate button to the left to see a preview of your message. Once you've reviewed and approved it, you can go ahead and select Send. This will send an instant message to the parent through the Sparkler app and an email to their registered email address. Awesome! Now you are ready to send messages to connect and support your families. We really value our Sparkler providers and want to hear from you. So if you have any feedback you want to share or have any technical difficulties, send an email to our support team at support@playsparkler.org. You can also check out our website at playsparkler.org and select the About tab to view Sparkler's frequently asked questions. We're so glad you're part of our community, and we know you're going to do amazing work connecting with families. A huge thanks to you from the Sparkler Learning Team.